So, I got my Sandpoint in, and I'm really quite disappointed how it all went. If I end up keeping it, I'm going to put a ball valve on top so that I don't have to prime it all the time, but I'm very disappointed. And here's one of the reasons why. If you look here, you put this is a pounding cap. And you guys are going to put in a Sandpoint, you want to know this. This is a pounding cap. And basically what happens, you put this cap on and you pound it. It's supposed to save your threads. Here's the problem. The threads are further than the pounding cap. I had thought that I had not put the pounding cap on tight enough, but as I researched it further and I smashed another pipe and wrecked the top of it, if you look at it, she's shredded on all the way. But what the problem is that the threads, this pounding cap, are half the threads that are on the pipe, which makes no sense to me, because now what we've got is we have a pipe that's wrecked. But like I say, this pounding cap was on all the way, as far as it'll go. I just had it on. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to tell you. If you're putting in a Sandpoint and they're going to cut your threads on your pipe, to have them cut the threads half as much. I'm going to be taking this pipe back tomorrow. I'm going to have them cut it right across here and put new threads on it. But I want the threads to be half as far into the pipe as what it is. Because as you can see, the pounding cap did save my threads. But the pipe right here is weak because of the cuts that were made in it. So therefore, it damaged the pipe. I can't use this. Even I can still thread a collar on. There you go. I can still thread the collar on to join the pipes. But the problem is the pipe is weak right here. If I do that, it's going to fail. So therefore, that pipe comes out and gets replaced. So here's the problem I got now. This is the first time I've ever did a Sandpoint. And where I'm putting it is a perfect spot, because I'm going to put my water tote there and cut the whole entire top out of it, pump water in. What the problem is now I see is that I've been pumping forever. And number one, the water's filthy. And number two, it takes so long to pump water with that pump. So I got two things I got to deal with. I have to deal with how to get the water to come out faster without going to a jet pump and pressure tanks and all that stuff, because it's good exercise. And I got to figure out if the water is even going to be clean. Now, I drove that thing in the ground, had all kinds of problems with it. I lifted it back out, I drove it back down. Then I got to a point where I would pull it up a little bit at a time, because I don't know the depth. I don't know where the water is. I know that the lake out there is probably just a few feet below my house. So basically I've got it to the point now where I've got my my Sandpoint, my main Sandpoint pipe in the ground, and I've got about 2 feet of pipe on top of it. So from ground level, my driveway's up 2 feet. So from the top of my driveway to the bottom, I'm only down 6 feet. And 2 feet of that's gravel. So I'm only 4 feet in the ground. So I don't know whether I'm getting a lot of ground contaminants. I don't know whether it will eventually clean itself up. But I got to deal with getting water faster and cleaner. So I'm thinking this is probably just a $59 pump. I can't remember what I paid for it, $59 or $99, I can't remember. But maybe it's just a cheap pump. Maybe I need to buy a bigger pump, bigger hand pump. I mean, it's perfect exercise. I can walk right into my tote room with my inverters and my water systems and the whole works and just pump it and fill that tote up. But I don't want to wrench my arm and do it, stand there all day. So I'm really looking for some advice from you guys. Like I say, I've never done a Sandpoint, and I've had nothing but a hassle with this Sandpoint. Now, I can pull the pipe back out. I've lifted it up and I've put it in back in the ground a couple of times now. I can pull it back out, but ideally that's the perfect spot for it. The water in the lake, which is a couple 100 feet away from the house, I've tested it. I've tested it for bacteria. I've tested it for hardness. I've tested it for all the chemicals. And the water is good water. I really don't want to run a water line from the lake all the way to the house. I don't want to deal with freezing issues and all that sort of stuff. And from the lake to the house, I can't bury it. It's just a bog. So I'd have to fasten the water line to the dock, the long boardwalk, and bring a 200-foot hose. I don't know, like a 3/4-inch hose. Then I got to deal with air pockets, and I got to deal with freezing areas, and I'm just not sure if I want to do that. I do have an artesian well in the neighborhood, so I can go collect my water. I can collect about 400 gallons. I can bring back 400 gallons in one trip, or 300 gallons in one trip, which would last us probably, I don't know, a couple, 3 weeks. And I can get water year round. It's for free. I'm just trying to get away from that hassle of doing that. I also have, I could take it off the eave trough in the summer. I've got all the outside gizmos for sanitizing it before it gets into the house. And then once the water gets in the house, I've got 4 filters and a UV light. So I could do that. That would work great in the summer, taking it off the eave trough, and in the winter going to the artesian well and getting it. I just thought it'd be kind of nice to be able to just have it right in the house, a Sandpoint right in the house. I haven't totally given up on the idea yet. Like I say, I did have it pounded down in the ground another 8 or 10 feet, but all I was just getting was air. So I kept thinking, do I go deeper or do I go shallower? So I opted with going shallower. And like I say, the Sandpoint's in the ground 4 feet, and I'm getting water. But it's just not totally conducive to what I really want. So some of you guys have a Sandpoint. Some of you guys have had a Sandpoint, and some of you guys have been through the frustration I'm going through right now. So I got the pipe situation figured out. I'm going to take it in, have the ends cut off, rethread it. If I need to go deeper, I can. But like I say, you've got the lake, and the lake's 4 feet below the house. 3 or 4 feet below the house. And so the Sandpoint's where the water is. Do I go deeper? Do I just keep getting pipes and just hooking them up and just keep driving that thing down? I don't know. It was going pretty tough there for a while, and that's why those tops got all smashed up. Anyways, I really need your comment. Just get back to me if you can with a comment. I would really appreciate that. And again, my name's Jim, and subscribe to my channel and watch for further updates. You guys have a great day.